So for most of you current sellers and really buyers out there, the summer market may have felt a little bit blah, but is that going to be the case for fall? Should you stay put and see what's going to happen with the economy, or take advantage of what the market is offering right now? Stay tuned to this video as we go over the current market stats and what it looks like for you and your home investment. Hey everyone, if we haven't met yet, I'm Joe Skipper, owner of Skipper Realty Group, brokered by eXp Realty. I live and work right here in the Portland metro area, helping buyers and sellers all across the Willamette Valley. Today, we're diving into the latest housing market stats for the Portland area with a closer look at Wilsonville, Oregon. If you're curious about what's happening in a specific city or neighborhood by you, drop a comment or send me a message. I'll make sure to cover your area in an upcoming video. And if you want me to break down the different types of stats or give my take on parts of the market I don't cover here, please let me know. I love getting your questions and feedback so I can create the most useful content possible for your buying and selling journey. All right, let's jump into the numbers for August and see what's been happening in our housing market. So in July, the median sales price went down a bit to $760,000. This was down from last month, but up 16% year over year. So this is a great stat to look at because it shows you how the market can fluctuate month to month. But the trend year over year is something sellers should be more interested in. A 16% year over year increase is a really good return on your investment if you own a home. Though price is dropping in most areas with homes sitting on the market longer, which is honestly stressful to sellers and their agents, but looking at your home's bigger picture, the value has increased, generally speaking, year over year since you have owned this home. So though price drops and selling your house for less than you might expect is a hit to the gut for sure, your home is still gaining value compared to when you purchased. Is that a little consolation? Maybe or maybe not, but over the long term, home investment still sees appreciation and value growth. This short-term drop sucks for sure, and maybe it's not the best time to sell depending on your scenario. But it's most definitely worth it to get an expert side of things with your specific home. With SRG, we go over your home, your goals, your scenario, and come up with either a plan to sell sooner than later, or we may advise you to hold off for now until we see what could change in the market. But you don't want to guess based on the news cycle. This is your biggest investment, most likely, and Fox and CNN aren't going to give you the proper advice on what to do with it. So my tip in this market, if you are wanting to get into it now and sell, is that it's important to not only have your home in show-ready condition before it sells, things like staging, prepping with a pro, professional videographer and photography, updating your curb appeal, etc., but to price it right from the beginning. And now is not the time to say, let's pump up the price to a crazy amount and see what happens. Buyers are looking the other way with these homes and are only willing to pay a fair amount for it. For buyers out there actively looking, now's the time to start making offers. Even if a home has only been on the market for a week, it's worth putting one in, especially if it means negotiating a price reduction or asking for help with closing costs. Sellers are more willing than they've been in a long time to work with buyers to get their home sold. So don't hesitate to ask. The worst they're gonna say is no. The median days on market in Wilsonville actually dropped this month to 22 days, which is a bit surprising. Overall, we're still seeing market times trending longer here. And in the greater Portland metro area, the average is closer to 52 days. Median days on market can be tricky. Just a few homes selling in under a week can pull that number down and make it seem like homes are really moving faster than they really are in real life. When we look at the bigger picture, homes across Wilsonville and the Portland metro area are generally sitting longer. Yes, there will always be properties in certain neighborhoods, like some parts of Northeast Portland, that go super quick. But that's the exception, not the rule. Sellers should expect a longer market time. If your home is priced well and shows beautifully, it may sell faster. But if it's on a busy street, it has a unique layout or other challenges, it may take longer to find the right buyer for it. There's a buyer for every home. It just takes patience in today's market. So for buyers, this means you don't have to wait until a home has been on the market for months before making an offer. Even if it's only been listed a week, don't be afraid to negotiate, whether that's on price or asking for closing assistance. Inventory in Wilsonville saw a noticeable jump this month up to 35 active listings. Now this isn't a shock, more sellers are entering the market, and with homes sitting longer, inventory naturally builds. It's not alarming though. Seeing around 37 single family homes on a market here isn't unusual. That said, sellers need to focus on standing out in a growing crowd. When buyers have more options, you don't want to have your home blend in with the rest. Think curb appeal that pops, professional staging, or showcasing unique features like extra space or a bonus room that competing homes may not offer. At Skipper Realty Group, we work closely with each client to highlight their home's best features and create a tailored marketing plan for it. We even provide a design consultation with our in-house designers to ensure your home looks its absolute best before hitting the market. With more competition and cautious buyers, having an experienced agent in your corner is essential to getting top dollar and maximizing that investment. The sales to list price ratio in Wilsonville has been hovering around 98% for the past few months. In other words, homes are selling for just under their asking price. That's still a solid number, but it tells us many sellers are starting out a little high and ultimately selling for less. Pricing your home right from the start usually means it sells faster and closer to that full price. The Portland metro area is following a similar trend. The median sales price is up to $610,000, about 1% from last year. That's steady appreciation, but nothing too dramatic. Of course, Portland is its own unique market. Some areas like Northeast Portland are still seeing strong activity, while other segments like the condo market are much slower. It really comes down to what you're selling and where, so working with someone who understands the nuances of each neighborhood is key. Average time on market in Portland is around 50 days and slowly ticking up. I expect that trend to continue as we move into fall. So where does that leave us this month? Overall, prices are stabilizing. Some areas are still inching upward, others are holding steady, and a few are seeing small dips before selling. Time on market is increasing slightly, which is also pushing that inventory up. So for sellers, I know this can feel discouraging, especially if your expectations are based on the market from a couple years ago when homes were selling for $100K over asking. But even though we're no longer seeing double-digit appreciation, most homes are still selling for more than you paid for them. Real estate is still a strong long-term investment. It's just requiring more patience in today's weird market. For buyers, again, this is your window of opportunity. If you're pre-approved and you're comfortable with the current rates, you're gonna face less competition and more sellers who are willing to negotiate with you. That could mean a better price, helping with closing costs, or other concessions. If you find a home you love, don't wait, make the offer. Whether you're buying, you're selling, or you're investing, we create custom strategies for each client to help you maximize your investment and make the process as smooth as possible. So reach out to me directly and let's get you started on a plan for you. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe to stay on top of the latest real estate news, market updates, and tips to help you buy or sell with confidence. Thanks, guys.